Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 1 of the Sociology of Feminism with Mr. Cropper. We're going to start with Greta Berisette. And since we're going to be using virtually the entirety of her video, I'm going to start off letting her give a little commercial for herself so that we have no ill conscience about using her material. And we're not going to be arguing with her, debating with her, or criticizing her, so we don't need to worry about adversarial attitude towards her.
And if you like this video, please press like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, join my High Value Women group, where we are all in the same boat, learning how to be women of high value and bring out the best in our men. Follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is called Ladies Relationship Coach. I do Instagram lives once a week where I answer your questions during my Instagram lives totally free. And if you would like me to hold your hand and coach you how to be a woman of high value and help you to bring out the best in your man so you have a phenomenal relationship together, get in touch with me, book me as a coach through my website, which is called ladiesrelationshipcoach.com. And yeah, ladies, thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Kisses from London. Mwah.
All right, there we go. We're going to now, whoops, dear, oh dear, start that over. And we're going to watch from the beginning and just have a conversation with the events going on here in the video.
Oh, my beautiful ladies, it's Greta here, Ladies Relationship Coach. And today, my beauties, I'm going to give you 5 secrets on how to get him obsessed with you.
Now, the title of the video is How to Seduce a Man. She starts off by giving you 5 secrets of how to get him obsessed with you.
Obsessed with you on dates. So,
how to get him obsessed with you on dates is apparently equivalent to How to Seduce a Man, the title. Maybe the title's just clickbaity. But if it's not, then there's some equivalence there. Think about it.
First, I'm going to give you 3 natural flirting ways that makes a man obsessed and you're still coming across high value, and what you're doing is you're just signaling him in a feminine way that it's alright to make that move on me. Also, I will share with...
That's an interesting thought. So females figure out a way to signal men that it's safe for the men to make a move on the woman. But there's never the question, she never brings up the question of when is it safe for you to make the move on the man. You don't do that. You signal to the man to make a move on you. Now maybe she's just old-fashioned. She's from Russia, right?
You some ways on how to talk with a guy so your conversations with him are interesting and engaging and none of you are bored on the date.
Now, how would you do that? How would you have an interesting, engaging conversation so none of you are bored on the date?
So the first tip is very simple. All you need is just smile, be open, be friendly, have this light-hearted mood about you so there is not that much tension in the date and he feels more free and confident with you. Actually, guys.
So, can we say that women are in control on the date? And that the man is to be put at ease by the woman or to be ill at ease because of the woman? But the standard on the date is the woman. Is that fair to say? So step 1 to make the date easy and happy for everyone is for the woman to smile and be in a good mood. Fair enough. I mean, it might be superficial advice, but it might also be true at least on some level. And so it's interesting to view and think about it.
Smiling, it's also a little bit of a submissive behavior.
Smiling is submissive behavior. All right? Submissive in the best sense of the term. And she's about to apologize.
And when you're smiling, it makes a man more confident. And
at some point she says submissive has a bad meaning today. But when you're smiling, it makes a man more confident. He thinks he's doing something right. He can go ahead and keep doing what he's doing because he's being smiled at. It's encouraging to him for a woman to look at him and smile at him.
When he feels a bit more free to make those moves on you.
Feel free to make the moves on you. Now this is about how to hold a conversation with a man.
If you want him to, of course. Now, tip number
if you
2
want
is a
him
bit
to.
more.
So this is about how to get him to make moves on you if you want him to make moves on you. Women are very much in control of the situation.
Or flirting tip. So you show him that you're interested in him by signaling him in a feminine way. So not being aggressive, not saying with your words, oh, I really like you, I'm so glad we met. You know, like not showing all that needy, crazy, chasing approach, but actually signaling him in a feminine way that go ahead and make that move on me, I am interested. There is a very feminine way to do it, and basically exposing your neck.
I was gonna say, she's going on and on a bit, saying don't just chase him, don't just be a badger on him, signal him. Signal him in a feminine way. Okay, what is the feminine way? Show him your neck. Interesting. True as it is. I'm not criticizing her, I'm just saying, interesting that she's saying, how do you send this signal? Bare your neck in his direction. See? It's very, very concrete, very carnal. Carnal. This is where the word carnal really can be used.
The reason it's good to expose your neck is because...
Why is it good to expose your neck? Psychological theory, XYZ, ABC, geometry. I'm thinking of the geometry meme, trying to figure out evolutionary theory, vampires, biting neck, trust, teeth, what?
Because your estrogen is coming from your neck.
Because your estrogen comes from your neck. Now that I was not aware of, I have to say.
And guys are attracted to women that are feminine, so who have a lot of estrogen. Same as girls are more attracted to guys who have a lot of testosterone. So what you do, if you, let's say, have your hair down, what you could do, you just take your hair and you go and put it like this. So this neck area is exposed.
Now this is how to have a conversation with a man.
And your estrogen is sending all the vibes for him to make that move and go for it like a vampire. The other flirting tip would be putting your...
So her goal is to drive the man crazy so he just jumps on her like a vampire. To get him to do that. That's her goal. That's her
eyelids down and up, right? So, this kind of thing. So, which gives him a signal that you are interested. So it makes him a little bit more confident to go for you. So if you're, let's say...
Now, why would closing the eyes and opening them slowly give the man confidence to go for it? I don't know, but I guess it does, right? She's just saying it does.
On a date with a confident guy, or maybe even with a guy who is not that confident, let's see, he gives you a compliment. What you could do, you could look a little bit shy or a bit more submissive. I know nowadays people don't like this word, but when you're acting a little bit more submissive in the correct areas, when the guy is more confident to make that move on you, right? So then let's say he pays you a compliment. He says, for example, oh, you're so beautiful.
So the reason for a girl to act submissive is to give a man confidence. I mean, It's neither here nor there. I'm not criticizing or arguing against it. I'm saying that she's saying that that's true. A woman acts submissive in order to give the man confidence. Now, I don't know, just draw the parallels to the modern social justice warriors and the femme-splainers and everything. You can just draw parallels.
Or guys usually say to me, like, I really like your eyes. Instead going like, yeah, thanks, and saying it's strong, you could like put your, like, for example, he says like, oh, you're so, I like the color of your eyes. Like this. And then basically, depending on what kind of guy he is, he'll come at you as a vampire, or he'll just be like a bit like, his eyes will start to sparkle and he'll be like...
So she says that can have a couple different effects on the guy. Could see this submissiveness in you and realize that's his chance and jump right on you. Or he might just become quite Twitter-pated by you and become more infatuated and start thinking, oh boy, what do we have here?
Oh my God, what just happened there? So these kind of feminine...
So the girls are just trying to get that reaction from the guy, and the guy might react in this way, he might react in that way, but they're just manipulating you. It's just the game.
Signals turn guys on. Also, ladies, let me give you a little bit of a cheeky move, okay? So same as you're signaling him to go for you, you can signal him that I'm not that interested, right? So if you're in a relationship and the guy feels like you are so all over him and he feels so safe that he's not even pursuing you, you can also do something like this, like you're...
Play mind games with him. Just fold your arms and look the other way. Don't pay attention to him. Just let him know that he's in the doghouse.
Not really that interested, This will keep him on his toes a little bit. Like, for example, if you've been on more than, let's say, 7 dates, right? Something like this, and you're dating a guy and he knows you're so into him. And then you're walking with him and he's not making that many moves on you. What you could do, instead of signaling him like this, you could go a bit like this. Then you're a bit of a bigger challenge. He's like, hold on a minute, is she losing interest in me? Like, what's happening with these options?
She's assuming that the guy would analyze it quite as desperately and closely as she's analyzing her moves on the guy. But maybe that's not what would happen.
Like you try and break these arms off, and then, you're getting your attention, you see that he cares, and it's a little bit odd. But
why is she giving me the cold shoulder? To get your attention.
Cheeky way to keep him on his toes.
A cheeky way.
If you've been acting too desperate. All right.
So if the girl's acting too desperate, she can atone for that in the relationship by giving the man the cold shoulder. The guy's really being just jerked around here, isn't he?
Right? Now, ladies.
I mean, there's not much, as men, there's not much we can do about it because we love a beautiful woman so much. There's nothing we can do about it. Why? Now, I'll mention this before. I've mentioned it before. I will mention it again. But I'll just put it in here real quick. If, as a man, you can get access to a vagina, you can get your genes into the potential of infinity in the future. If you can't get access to a vagina, you're done. You're dead. You die when you die. But if you can get access to a vagina, then you have access to the future, to infinity. Another way to put it is, everyone who's alive today had a father who quite liked to get him some pussy. Okay? Every single person alive today, maybe test tube babies, there's maybe 5, all right? Every single person alive today had a father who liked a bit, all right? So, men who like it are the men who pass on their genes. So everyone alive today had a father like that. So obsession with females, female beauty, the birth canal, obsession, though. Obsession with it. Right? How often does a guy think of sex? Maybe we'll watch another one of her videos. And she says, girls, how often do you think of sex the way that guys do? Once a month? Maybe only once a year? Because we don't have this problem. We have the control of it. We have as much as we want, she says. Guys don't. What don't they have? They don't have a female. They don't have a female birth canal to access. That's what it's really all about. Genes have put us where we are with an obsession with females and the female birth canal and female beauty, and they carry it forward. To the extent that it moves forward, they carry it forward.
Let me give you a few tips on how to talk to a guy to have those amazing conversations. So the tip would be, if you are on a date, on how to have that interesting conversation, instead of asking him, who did you go with? That's an insecure question, especially if you're in a relationship.
Who did you go with? I think she means who have been your previous girls or something like. Don't ask him about his previous girlfriends.
Or where did you go? That's a controlling question.
Where have you been? What?
The better question would be like, how did it go? Did you liked it? Did you enjoyed it?
So that's why a girl will ask you, so did you have fun?
That's straight away the conversation is getting deeper, and he is opening things about what happened in that situation.
So don't talk about things, talk about your personal emotions. Talk about you and your person instead of where did you go and what was it about. Talk about how did you feel about it. Because that keeps it on a personal connection between you and the girl. Interesting. Why? Now, I'll just mention the 3 personality types from this old British saying I've heard. There's 3 personality types. There's people who talk about people who talk about things, and people who talk about ideas. And people who talk about people, that's the lowest level. That's the housewives gossiping about housewives. People who talk about things is the medium level. It's mechanics, engineers. And people who talk about ideas is the top level. It's teachers and thinkers, writers, poets, philosophers, etc. So those are the 3 levels. And she's giving a really, she's giving an argument on why you should stick to level 1. Keep it about people, about feelings, about persons. Don't go up to where he was. Don't skip up to ideas about what was going on, what was said there. Just how did you feel about it? Did you like it? Did you have fun? Oh, very good. I'm glad you had fun. Nice. So she's arguing keep it on that first level because it allows a closer connection. Maybe she's right, maybe she's wrong. I'm just trying to point out the relationship that I see between the levels of ideas as it is in that proverb, and she's trying to keep it when you're trying to seduce a man, you want to keep it on that first level of person to person. I just want a girl who would talk big ideas with me. Well, the girl's whole point is to get you alone and not talk big ideas, but to talk about your emotions and stuff, to get a personal relation with you.
A moment with you, which is a way more interesting conversation. So, for example, you can ask him questions.
See, it's way more interesting than talking about all that other stuff. Just talk about him and his emotions and how he felt about the events. That's way more interesting.
About your passion, and let him talk, let him share, and look interested.
So ask him about his passions, and then let him talk and share, and look interested. Look interest. That's your job, is to be an emotional sounding board for the man. Now, she wants a man who's passionate. She wants a man who has interests. But then she wants her job to be to listen to him talk about his passion and interests and to sound like she's interested or to seem like she's interested. That's her job. That's your job as a female, to seem interested in the passions and goals of your man.
about your passion and let him talk, let him share and look interested. It will make a guy feel good and it will make him bond with you. Okay, ladies, so I hope you enjoyed my tips. I also have a video on how to be.
So make him feel good and make him bond with you by asking him about his passions and listening to him and smiling and being open to him. Now, on the one hand, it's very surface level. On the other hand, it might, I can't figure out how it wouldn't work for who, where. Of course, if someone's, an objectivist is doing philosophical interviews with a girl, that's going to be a different thing. But as general for humanity, for the mass of humanity, general dating advice, pretty solid. I mean, as sociology, that's right, we're doing sociology, aren't we? As sociology, we can see the application very clear to a broad swath of humanity. This is not specialized. This is not garbledygook. This is not woo-woo. This is not nonsense. This is straightforward, common sense thinking about relationships between men and women, the dynamics of the relationship between men and women. Thank you for joining us on Sociology with Mr. Cropper.